avoid me, huh?
FBI, you might want to stay out of this, all right, sir? Excuse me, sir, ma'am, please, back off. All right, I need 8 double tall.
So you have to wonder, is the choice drink here in Cloud City Spotchka or Colt 45? Do you really have to wonder? Now look, you can spill all the coffee you want, but don't you dare spill a drop of that Colt 45, baby. And hey, is Aries gonna be telling you about all these brand new Hot Toys Star Wars OT figures coming in 2022? I would say, I don't know. Chewbacca, calm down. Tell Leia I'll be there in a second. That's right. It is the Hot Toys Wizard morphed into Lando Calrissian, aka Brother Cousins the Space Pimp. And remember, you're watching Six Scale Cantina.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, and let me tell you something, brothers. I mean, that was your brother there, second brother. Our brother. The first brother as the space pimp, but the wizard as brother cousin, second brother. What do you think of that?
The wizard.
The wizard. But you see, here's the thing. He left me this, second brother. You know what this is, right, my man?
Oh,
this is the crystal ball for tonight, baby.
Oh, yeah.
I've got it.
Is that going to zap me into thinking it's going to foretell at some point in the future I'm going to lose my mind and call the sequel trilogy the best Star Wars movies I've ever seen?
Let me look into the BB-8 Palantir, and it says Lane's future favorite movie is The Rise of Skywalker. Number 2, Last Jedi. Number 3, Empire Strikes Back. How can it be?
I think songwriter or something like that might disagree with you, since that started me like last Wednesday night on late night stream I go on to. I literally took over the stream for like a 20-minute rant.
Did you really?
Or maybe not that long, 15-minute rant on yes.
Like this stream or another stream?
No, I mean I ranted almost kind of if you were going to use a thing for crazy whatever angry fanboy of whatever property people would say sometimes you might fall under. I kind of did that because I just started railing against The Last Jedi on how much I hate that movie.
Well,
I don't know what set it off, but I did.
But maybe we'll talk about The Last Jedi here.
No, no Last Jedi. We can talk about what we consider. We can talk about what we consider the Last Jedi of Hot Toys figures to come out in the last 5 years. No, you
do want to talk about this.
Fulfill your destiny.
Thanks, Eric. That's the way to kick off the evening. Thanks.
Listen. Kicking it off with the Hot Toys Wizard, disguised as the Space Pimp, brother cousins, taking on the likeness. I do have the crystal ball with me for 6 scale raw. And what you gonna do when the Hot Toys Wizard goes inside the crystal ball and unveils these drops on you? What you gonna do? I'm gonna go to you for a second, brother. How you doing, baby? Welcome in here.
Doing good. Thanks for having me. Again, on the road. I'm currently in New York with, the fam. So everything is good. Just looking like a storm is going to roll up out here, and I'm on the 10th floor, so it should be pretty entertaining.
You're on the 10th floor.
If you see flashes going on behind me, that's what's going on.
Hey, here in Texas right now, we would take some rain instead of to help break the 100.
Yeah, you need it.
We've been having for 3 or 4 weeks in a row. I I mean, we're doing our best Phoenix impression right now.
Wow.
Well, listen, good to have you in your second brother. Before we introduce our other panel member and some of the other panel members that are coming in, let's go ahead and put some of these guys up here on the screen.
Ooh.
We have got the single songwriter in the house, talking about a banter rider. Always good to have the songwriter in here. The Hot Toys, it's a nightmare, is in the house. Good to have him in here. Dude, I'm hungry. Boba Fettuccine with some I don't know, grilled chicken. God, Boba Fettuccine's in here. It just gets me, Lane, so hungry. I don't know if I want chicken, pasta, or maybe some pizza. What do you think, Lane?
You're delicious. Ciao, boys.
You know, Eric, this is not a good conversation to a guy who is going to be on a liquid diet on Wednesday to be tapping on.
Oh, yes.
Thanks for telling me all the things that we run.
Well, then it is a nightmare for you.
Exactly.
Well, guys, Aaron Collects is in the house. What is going on? What's up back at you? And the Bantha Riders in here. Great to have you in here as well. Joe P is in the house. What is going on? Goodness gracious. Love to have you in here. I just hear Lael's voice. Second brother. I think Lael will be popping up in here later. Benjamin E. Green is in the house. That was a great intro. Jay is the space pimp. You have to wonder, and I think that you have to wonder if this is what they call him, Benjamin.
They call him the Wizard.
Well,
Valiant Archer guys are in here. Second brother in Lane. Hit that like button. He's getting right into it right now. He's doing the wizard's work. He's saying, hit that like button right now. I'm not going to do it because we didn't start. Well, we kind of started. Mike Litteris is literally in the Cantina. Good to have him in here. Star Wars Ladog. Is that what that says? Good to have him. Ladodge. There you go. Come on. Jedi Chris saying, laugh my fracking butt off. Loves the Hot Toys Wizard. And Jay Brother Cousins will be joining us soon.
Aries, were you trying to do, it sounded like you were just trying to do some like 1995 and 96 gold dust there. Just a little
gold
bit.
Dust. How did he do that? I haven't seen him. Randy, yeah. What's his name? The Rhodes guy. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Dusty Rhodes, son of Dusty. Yeah. But yeah, that hesitation, I was just like, is he doing gold dust there for a second? Because it sounds like it.
Red in the Ledger's in the house, and he already has a question in there. If an anniversary lasts the whole year, wouldn't that technically have from May to May? But they did release the first two in April. I think you're right. They do whatever they want, whenever they want.
Well, no, the Hot Toys Wizard is a wizard, so he is always where he's supposed to be at the appointed time. So Howie will always say go for when a release is supposed to go at the proper time. Now, would we say sometime like 2 years later after something came out, maybe that we wouldn't consider that the best timing? But at the end, Howie's is the one who knows because he's probably
Bantha Rider's in here, and he's probably going to be, because he's talking about the interruption from the wizard as the space pimp says the wizard will appear in his own time. So listen, I think we've got you in the house, Jay, or is it the wizard? Because it kind of opened up in the Lando gear and the space pimp. So are you the space pimp? Are you brother cousins? Are you the Hot Toys Wizard? Tell us, baby.
Only a few will really know. No, it's Jay, baby. How y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing?
Look what I got. Look what I got for tonight.
He's got the ball. He's got the crystal ball. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're gonna have some
I don't know. I
fun here
figured
tonight,
your
baby.
cousin was just the DeLorean man at this time. He sees and goes through time and space as he's needed, where he's needed to give the proper motivation, and usually early morning breakdown or unboxings, or
Yes.
just because he's got to look snazzy and just everybody to check to make sure is my tie on like correctly or something nice and straight before I go to work.
Well, does the movie canon? He's looking for the wizard.
Hey.
Good to have the movie canon in the house. What's going on? Let me know what table you're at, guys. Come on, this is Wizard as his crystal ball. Are any of you? Does anybody dare? Does anyone got the? Where's hold my balls to sit at table 66? Or you want to freeze your kahunas off at table 44? Let me know, baby. I can go ahead and I can play it. Defio Dome 2 is in the house. What is going on? Saying hi. The Collector number 1 is in here as well. Gosh, I just keep going through and through. And if I missed you in here, just keep going in the chat, baby. The Dark Jedi will do the best he can to get you up in here. Benjamin E. Green says, second brother, welcome to the Big Apple, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Come on. Yeah, that's awesome that you're in here for the Big Apple. And McLean's Man House says, back in the house. Well, what table is he must be sitting at? Table, I know this is coming.
Okay, stay calm. I am calm. I'm talking to myself.
But there's good fan before we got rest of trilogy fan.
Charlie the Unicorn is Elaine. He sent me, with the market chart show I put out yesterday, guys.
Yeah,
and we're going to talk a little bit about a couple of the comments on here. This is how we're going to be going into the crystal ball and then taking a break from the crystal ball as we talk about some topics. And I have nothing really prepared except the crystal ball. I guess that's all I need because I had to work my first job today, my second job today. I bought a car today.
Oh wow!
I did all this stuff today, and then I'm here in the Cantina. TK FOMO.
How do you manage to do that? Because the average time in a car dealer is 4 hours average.
Private party and a notary.
There you go.
But it would still work because I had to drive there. And we have to meet at the notary. And then there was a damn line at the notary. And I said, I'm not going to make my second job. And then I just made it. And I got to stop at Kentucky Fried Chicken because they do chicken right. And then I got
I don't know if I would agree with that. I've got several alternatives. I finally somehow drove past it for 5 years, but I got introduced 3 months ago at my work, Wingstop, which is like little thing.
Yeah,
I get introduced to that. Well, and then I just realized last week, I'm like, hey, look, there's a Wingstop 1.2 miles from my house. How did I never notice that before?
Well, Aaron, consider yourself lucky. Consider yourself lucky because the Kentucky Fried Chicken over where I live, you'd be lucky if they have chicken.
I know what you're talking about. But really, do you go there a lot? And it's like isn't that frustrating, second brother? You pull into the damn drive-thru and like, hi, can I help you? Can I get a 3-piece? We have no more chicken. I'm like, but you're Kentucky Fried Chicken.
And then you go on around like an auctioneer. It's like, can I get a breast and a wing with the chicken and a wing with a breast with a breast with a breast? And then they all say no, and then you just like, damn.
Okay. And I got one over there. And
the good thing is, I guess the KFC by me is literally right across the street from the Wingstop, right next to, just down from the Chipotle.
Oh, wow.
Which is right across from the McDonald's, which is just down a block from the Taco Bell, which is just 3/4 of a mile down from the Wendy's, which is right next to the Chick-fil-A.
Jesus.
Which is right down the opposite way, 2.5 miles.
Dude, you're getting me hungry already.
It's a fast food. You live in a fast food monopoly.
And that's one direction. That's not including. That's one direction. That's not including the opposite.
It's like Vegas of fast food.
None of them compare to this, baby. None of them compare to this.
You're delicious. Ciao, boys.
I gotta either choose. Do I feel fat like Barf or do I feel fat like Pizza the Hut, man? But I want to do a shout out to everybody in the chat tonight for my little opening blurb here, guys. Go check out the D100 Iron Man preview by Sideshow. I have a specific reason why I'm saying that, because our man Terry, as we know, he's been obviously worked for and is probably one of the recognizable faces for 1/6 scale that we would say most computers going to know. Because he's got some bad news for one of his pets.
Oh no!
Yeah, is having issues, I guess. And sorry, I'm not meaning to sound too sad about this or anything, but
no, I mean that's a family member, you know. That's always rough, dude. That's always rough.
So if you can go check it out tonight. Plus, the Iron Man, the Special 100 does look pretty cool. But maybe even if you're not getting it, go check it out and maybe give a like to the video. It's the man's work. He's a guy who
Terry does great
channel to hear us, and let's just the more likes that gets, that is showing support for his work. So even if you're not going to watch the whole thing, maybe watch a couple minutes of it, just take a look, and you can see, even if it's not a figure you get or collect. I watched the whole thing. It's a neat looking Iron Man. So if you could go hit that tonight,
that thing's going to go. You sent me that. Well, first, Charlie the Unicorn. Good to have you in here, brother. Let me know what table you're at, Charlie. But TK FOMO, I think, is going to be coming. Hold that thought, Lane. Spice Runner, what's going on? Positive Fandom. In the house. What's up, girl? We got to have you back in here.
Yes.
Let me know when you're available, Artem. We got to get you in here. Got to get you in here, girl. Good to see you. She's got great stuff.
Absolutely.
If you guys haven't subscribed, she's really good.
Very good people.
And I haven't had an opportunity. She has a great show with this gentleman Russ, who's awesome on Sunday mornings.
Yes.
And I haven't. You know what I'm talking about, Jay? Yeah. I haven't had a time last month, but go check her out. It's really good.
We got to hang out. We got to hang out when I was out at LA Comic Con last year. Got to hang out with with her and Mario. Her mom, such a sweetheart, man. Such a sweetheart.
Nice.
Such good people. And that's pretty much like, it's a blessing with this community that you meet so many cool, down to earth, honest, sweet people.
Yes. Yeah, baby. No, good to have you in here for sure. That's great. And we've also got Coffin in here. We have got Lewis in here. We have got Wheels 305. Good evening, back at you. Ash, I think I said hi, but in case I didn't, what is going on?
Wow. Hey, how are you doing? Sorry there.
Yeah, come on. There's Brother Cousins getting back into the stream here, going to the other view.
Yeah, my camera is tripping. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Absolutely. Yeah, go ahead.
You gotta collect your money.
I mean that view, he just gets to show off more of his collection.
There you go. Dale A, what's up to you? Philip the Fool, what is going on? My self cap converted. All right, so you know what converted for me? Second brother. I got the Matrix Neo. Remember I was talking about that on Brother Cousin show? It freaking just converted, and I got it. Because I knew I was going to get it. I didn't care, but I actually got out like over the weekend. I was like, darn. So I put the pre-order on it, and I actually think with that one, dude, I really think that Neo is very, very low produced. I really do. I
think they pretty much. I think what they probably had done is fill their orders, and then when it went to wait list, they probably had maybe. If I was a company, I probably have like 50. Just on standby to see how the sales go. Because like you said, I think that Neo went in a low production number. And you kind of think about it. Hot Toys has been on a trend of figures that have taken too long.
Yes.
They low production runs. And then when they come out, people are like, okay, this is going to sit. The next you know, it's not there anymore. It's gone.
Yeah.
So I think this is the new norm.
And you know what else I'm noticing? We're waiting for Jay to come back in and the other panel members. second brother in lane. I'm noticing that now. When you were talking about their second brother, we were like how long we were waiting for Cable, and how long people were waiting even for Yelena. Now it's kind of turning the other way. It's also, besides these pre-orders going out, you're starting to see gentlemen. There he is back, but you're starting to see these things come out earlier.
Yeah,
and you're not prepared for your wallet. Yeah, like
and you might have ordered, as you talked about, and I think Cousins and some of his things is we got trained over the pandemic. Even if you were a long time you've been collecting for years and stuff, you might have expected in a year for earlier when you had started. But we got trained kind of where okay, they announce 8 figures in a month, but like in a year later, or a year and a half, we're going to get maybe half of them, in that time frame, because others are going to take longer. But now, so you might have said, when you were looking at a show or a line, you're like, you know what? I'll order these 4 figures instead of just because I think the other one's cool. Want to fill it out where you might have only ordered like 2 or 3 from the line, and now you're going, like the Loki show. You might have said, well, I only want like TVA Loki and maybe Sylvie because those are the main characters, and you might have, there are other stuff. I'm not interested in necessarily everything for the show, but you might have ordered all 4 or President Loki or something, just like it looks cool. And, it'll come out, 3 months later, 3 or 4 months later, and I'll be able to fill it in, no problem. And then all of them came out back to back to back within like a month, at the end of the month. Yeah. And you're like, oh crap, they're sending me notices. I got 4 figures I'm going to buy. And I only really had allotted for like 2. Or maybe 3. That's what's happening. I think
I'm actually in that boat right now, and I had to make a real decision. I had to make, I was like having all those figures drop at the same time, and then also getting hit with the Ecto 1 and all that stuff. I had to really come down. I was like, do I really need everything from this line? Old me is like, yes, I need everything from that line. But how fast and the frequency these things are coming out now, I had to cancel my classic Loki. I had to cancel it because I just couldn't swing it. I just couldn't. I was just like, it's too much coming out. I'm invested in the No Way Home line. I know that stuff is dropping.
Amazing Spider-Man just came swinging in.
Yeah.
Like he was the last one put out, and you were just like, wait, what? I mean, you would have thought that he's probably going to be whatever the end of the cycle. So maybe by the end of the year, he'll probably be because he was the last figure. He probably might get even if they are reusing or not changing the sculpt up completely. You probably would have thought you've been trained just kind of mentally. Oh, he's going to probably get delayed a little bit, like maybe not a lot, but he's probably not till 2020. He might be very end of the year, like one of the last releases, early 24. I'll be I may have to balance it with some of the other figures, but right now I'll be okay. Like that's what you might have been plotting your money for, or you're doing your through Sideshow. You're doing your why am I selling? Forget what that they're called. Sorry, go ahead.
No,
sorry.
I was just gonna say the deputy. I am doing well. Good to have you in here. Go ahead, go second brother.
Yeah, because like I'm in the same boat. Because like every time I go on the stream, it's a reminder. Go on Sideshow, check your notifications, check things, because I missed out on the waitlist converge for Doc Ock. Missed it. I got stung by that really bad because I really wanted him, because I was kind of on the fence about, am I going to go down this line? Then I'm like, okay, if I order Jamie Foxx Electro, I might as well go in.
Oh yeah.
So I pretty much got all the Spider-Man, and then when I missed that waitlist conversion, I'm like, damn it. So every time I go on these streams, I go and check everything. So, but with that being said, I'm like in the same boat, but then yet still, I learned a few years ago when I was doing orders and I was pretty much going by what they schedule said. And that was $8,000 in 1 year.
That's right.
And I was just like, okay, at least I have it, but payment plans, that's the way to go. Now I'm in a situation where I got 8 figures sitting in my pool table, waiting for a stand for them to go in. And today I got shipped out for the governor, the diorama base for the Lizard, classic Loki. They just sent me a notification on Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. So I'm just like, okay, these things are coming quick, but we also know when we get to the end of July, for the end of July to Thanksgiving, it's hot toy slaughter season. If your pockets is not right.
Yeah, well, and
I'm slaughtered right now, though, baby. I know you're right.
But Ariel, I mean, some of the things that I've heard too, some other people have been mentioning that they've had rumor now that this month could be at least the same amount or more than July was for total releases by the time we get to the end of the thing.
Then I need a third job.
Well, you know, or
I'm not gonna have to spill coffee. I'm gonna have to sell coffee lane.
But you know, but you know, this is a tough thing too, because it does put you in a little bit of spot when, you know, a lot. Now, I think most people would go for it or at least try for it, but you might have to seriously consider, like, if you're gonna, because at some point this month, more than I would assume, that rooted hair Joker, the sculpted hair Joker. I mean, we know the sculpted hair is coming, but that rooted hair Joker, that rooted hair Anakin, and those are going to be, you know, reasonably, you could look at it, is almost the price of two, and I'm putting in quotes, regular figures. You know, with shipping and tax. So can you flip? Can you do those? You know,
it's going to be hard. I mean, because those are going to be a little bit pricey. We don't know what the exact price is going to be. But I think that the Anakin I heard was going to be, I don't know, somewhere around $400. I think the Joker
got to be around
around $550.
Yeah,
I mean, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you got to make some hard decisions. Like you know, you got Ahsoka coming. We were, you know, talking the other time.
Get that DX now. Get that. I'm telling you. Get that DX now, Lane.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Ahsoka show. That's the one I'm going to get. But
don't wait.
Right.
But do not wait. Because if you wait,
breathe second, brother.
I'm telling you, 2 weeks. Where we at? 19 days, 17 days now.
Less.
Wait till you get to 10 days to try to go back and get that Ahsoka and see what happens.
Yeah.
I'll say this with that Ahsoka. I think honestly, I don't know. And what I mean by that is I got a feeling that it may be on the second, even if let's say Sideshow runs out. Okay. They run out.
Mm-hmm.
I got a feeling that it's going to be on the secondary market and people are going to be trying to sell them and get rid of them. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, we're already seeing that with a lot of figures right now. You can't even.
Luke's gone down somewhat. The Luke Skywalker Mando Luke.
Yes, he has. That's the thing. I really think because people are at a point right now, it's so much coming out and so much good stuff coming out. And then with this whole, you know, crafted, you know, this artisan line, a lot of people are like, you know, what am I going to do? They're going to 2.0 everything. Should I get rid of it? You got people selling Dark Side Anakin right now, don't even have this new Anakin secured. So,
dude, you know, I was thinking about doing that, Jay.
No, I would.
I was thinking about selling it because I really want. So here's the thing, Jay.
I wouldn't do it.
At Star Wars Newsman, unless I'm a Hot Toys Wizard, welcome in here, brother. Welcome in here, my friend. How you doing,
guys? If you do it, all I'm gonna say, Aries, if you sell that Dark Side Anakin, you might as well put yourself in a Scarlet pit like Boba. They're out of there. You're going to be so regretful. You're just be like Boba trying to come out of there.
I would tell you, there's probably something else you can, if to help fund the rooted hair Anakin, because that is light side Anakin. You probably have something else that you can really look at and go, I can part with this figure or two to help pay for the other one. That dark side Anakin would go perfect. It's like the ultimate Anakins of Revenge of the Sith era and stuff, I think. So I wouldn't sell that one. So of course I sold mine, of course, but I sold them for like almost $1,000.
Well, you know, and here's the thing with the Ahsokas, Jay and Brent, going back with you guys. It's waitlisted, but you can still on Sideshow both versions. How quickly, Jay, is Hot Toys going to put out another one? Because I don't think they're just putting stuff out. They don't care that the armor is in stock. Now, they're whatever. But it's going to be real interesting. I want you to further tell me what you think on that, because I'm thinking, in theory, that thing is going to go sky high. Even if they put one on pre-order, Jay, how fast you're going to get it. But you are getting them fast now. Look at how fast these are coming out. We're getting them in under a year. So maybe
a year.
Will it be a DX, Jay, or will it not be a DX that X is selling?
Ooh, that's a good question. Will it be another DX? Because the DX line is just, I don't know what to say about it. I mean, the DX line is down there standard now. I mean, and then you got this Artisan DX line. So it's like, with that, what is DX anymore? But I think the next Ahsoka we get has to be something that's going to blow everybody's socks off. So I think the likeness will be even more spot on than what we got with this Ahsoka. And this Ahsoka looks good. I think the Laiku is going to, that's going to change a little bit. I believe it's a bit longer now. It's going to be a bunch of differences that we're going to get with it. But it's going to be
base body though.
Say that again.
Do you think they'll use the base body that they already created for the outfit is going to be somewhat different, but I could see them, since they put that effort into the body, reusing it.
That would be smart. Hot Toys is into retool. Yeah, they definitely are into retooling stuff that they already made. So if they give us a brand new head sculpt, longer Laiku, a slightly different outfit, there you go, Bob's your uncle. Why not use that body? But they may, to sweeten the deal, they may do something even different. Who knows? I mean, with this whole, like I said, this whole Artisan line is kind of opening the doors to a whole nother world for them right now. We don't know what to get, but I do think that is something that they will do. I think they will reuse that body, since they already spent the money into it. But it's got to be something that's going to really fly off the shelves. And I think with the popularity of the show, I think the show is going to do gangbusters. Depending on how it does, I think they're really going to go in on the line and really give us something. I mean, just the Ahsoka is a big draw. She always was. She cracked the first Ahsoka, the animated version, the Clone Wars version, that broke the internet, that broke Sideshow, in 2020.
It did. It really did.
So to get that, so to see that and then when this one came, the one we have now, the Mandalorian one came out, that did big as well. Not kind of as big, but still was big. But it's going to be interesting to see what we're going to do. But are we going to get another one? Yes. Is it going to be a DX? I think it's going to be an Artisan. I do. I think it's going to be an Artisan. It's something a little different, just to get people to go crazy for it. That's what I'm thinking.
I think you're right. No, go ahead, guys.
I think that's going to burn people out, really. When you
Artisan?
go to the Artisan line and you start going through the exclusivity, and then people trying to run and get it, people gonna get tired. I'm already tired.
With that price,
Anakin.
Because like you were talking about, Jay, good point, second brother. You already canceled the pre-order, you said, right? Because you just couldn't do all this.
Yes,
right.
Exactly. Exactly.
So what if the figures, Jay, now like second brother saying, getting burnt out? What if they're all for $500, $550? Big jump,
that's going to price a lot of people. That is, I agree with second. That's going to price a lot of people out.
I'll just hop on the NR boat and start rolling up the string.
Those maybe 10 figures a year, that will cut it down to 2.
Yes, it will.
I think Howard is a little smarter to go buck wild with that Artisan line like that. I think that's going to be for certain figures like your Anakin. They're testing the market. They're testing us right now. That's what all this is about. That's why they make look what they did.
I agree.
They did it with the Joker. They know that Joker too, and they know they did that for buzz, because the talk over the last 2 years was NR. Oh, they're coming for Hot Toys, and Howard was like, hold my beer, let me show you guys how we do it, and then they came with that. So they did that for just to get people talking. Then they all knew the dark side Anakin. They all knew how popular Anakin was, and they wouldn't have gave us this Anakin. So I think it's special figures they're going to do this to test the market with. And I don't think there's going to be every figure, Maybe they'll try with Ahsoka. And if they do, this is what I think. If they do this Artisan thing with Ahsoka, it's probably going to be a thing where it will be a thing where they can. This will be the first artisan figure that is widely available that you can just get. It's not going to be this, 400 or 500 pieces. It's going to be something that you can widely get. The price I don't know what the price will be on it, but yeah, if it's $500, I think that's a lot of people will be tapped out at that point, especially how money is today. And with everybody vying for your money, from vehicles to in art to it's so much. We've never had this much.
No,
this year alone, it's been ridiculous.
I think
glad you don't get statues, man.
It's been I think more and more announcements, but less production of them.
Yeah,
I'm putting this up, Star Wars newsman. Good to have you in here, brother. Jumping right in. Mike Litteris says, "Why rush to buy Ahsoka? This DX one that's out there, Brent, when the show is around the corner, and it's a guarantee." And I agree with him. They'll be announcing a new and improved version with USB sabers and updated Leku. Now, here's the thing, though. But like Second Brother and I were talking about getting that figure, the series is coming out, and they are coming out quicker. But you're gonna have to wait a little bit to get the Ahsoka. Even if they do pump her out and we get it by the end of the year, you're not getting it right now. That Ahsoka's available now, and some people aren't going to want to wait. Plus, we don't know.
Yeah,
I agree with Jay that it probably would be an Artisan Ahsoka or next level, but we don't know. Maybe it won't be. I know one thing, Brent. The one that's in the market right now is a DX,
right?
And it looks freaking incredible. Go, man.
No, it's great. And if you have an opportunity to get that figure, get it. I mean, it is part of the Mandalorian line. If you want to have the Ahsoka that has a representation in your collection from the Mandalorian, that's the one you want. But there's absolutely zero chance that they're not going to have another Ahsoka made here, based on the fact that the show is called Ahsoka. And doggone well, at some point, there's going to be a wardrobe change. She's probably going to fight with a different type of lightsaber. There's just going to be different things that are going to happen to her in this show, because she's the primary character, and we're going to be following her story throughout it. Everything is going to be woven in, through, and around her character in this, multi-episode live action show. So we just don't know what wardrobe she's going to have. We don't know if she's going to end up in armor. We don't know if
Mandalorian armor.
We don't know anything about it, but let's be clear on it. The fact is that whatever new representation she takes on in this show is going to be represented in the figure at some point. And, I could see it being a DX. I could see it having a ton of different accessories. Question is do they put it out while the show is still on, or do they wait to announce it a month or two after the show is wrapped up and we get into October, November, and then we see it come up for pre-order? That's a question to be asked.
It's a good question to ask. Go to a couple of these chat things in here. Talking about me selling my Dark Side Anakin. I'm putting this up on here. Wade Timothy says, "Don't do it." Aries and Arlum says, "Don't sell the Dark Side Anakin." Yomo goes, "Do it." He must be sitting at table 66. That's where he must be sitting.
Then you're Skywalker wailing looking out into the abyss and see if it's there back from selling the spare.
Well, Bantha Rider says, we're trying to put this up on screen. Sell Dark Side Anakin. What? Just saying, I really want that Artisan one. And right now it has a lot of power. There's a lot of selling power with the Dark Side Anakin.
You underestimate my power.
Well, you have to ask yourself too, is it because people don't want to have two Dark Side Anakins and they just want to have one, so they're choosing to get the new Artisan one? Or is the decision to sell the Dark Side Anakin, the Hot Toys one, that $800-900 figure it once was, because they need the money to be able to buy the Artisan one.
Well, that's why I was thinking it, Jay. I was talking about it on your show, going back to you.
Yep.
Because the dark side, look, I know it doesn't have the glowing eyes, but you can use that Artisan Anakin, that's Darth Vader. Because you've seen him as Darth Vader without the glowing eyes. You also seen him in the Obi-Wan series with Reva without the glow. So to me, I would still have it. I just wouldn't have. It's kind of like having a Darth Vader figure without, the Empire Strikes Back, or moving it back, a version, or without that lightsaber, or I still get them. But when I look at that rooted hair, and I'm nervous because I couldn't get Jay. I couldn't get the Iron Man 100. I missed out. I couldn't get the Wonder Woman. I missed out. Is it possible that the Dark Jedi is going to miss out on that Anakin? And I freaking want it. And the other thing is, Jay, it's a DX.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I wanted to. I'm right there with you, Ari. I want it. I'm gonna find a way to get it. I don't know how, but I'm gonna find a way to get it.
Just don't go in Toys Wonderland. That's all you gotta
no,
sure
I ain't messing. I am not messing with the devil. No. But I do want it. But here's the thing. Aries, you may be on to something, right? And I hate to admit it. I'm gonna tell you, don't sell it. Don't sell Dark Side Anakin. But here's the thing. What if they do a Dark Side Anakin Artisan edition, and that be an edition that's widely available? Like, there's no cap on it. It's like, just, then what? Because look, we know they like to kill grails. That's what they've been doing. They've been killing grails. Killers. They've been doing it for like a year now. So why not?
Well,
You know?
You know the one.
Do you think eventually the well's going to run dry?
You say you think the well's going to run dry?
Eventually the well's going to run dry? Because it's almost, I will say this. It's
For
like that.
you.
It's been, no, that well has ran
New
dry.
collectors. That's for
Okay.
I'm saying, think about, no, hear me out. Think about new collectors coming in. You know what I'm
But
saying?
are we going to have the volume of new collectors coming in to keep, going on that track? If you looking at inflation, things are going up, shipping going up, price of figures going up, and you got figures starting off. They testing the waters of starting figures off at $300. Do you really think that there's going to be enough new collectors to support throwing the 2.0s around for anytime longer without them coming up with something new?
That's a good question.
Maybe. I mean, maybe not. But the thing is, they're going to try. And and if it doesn't work, and I think this is why they're trying this Artisan line. If it doesn't work, they can go back to form. And that's why they're going to continue. It's not like they're going to go and do rooted hair on everything. They're still going to be sculpted. They're still going to give you options. Like, I mean, there's some people out there saying, hey, I like the sculpted Joker better than the Artisan rooted version of the Joker. So they're still going to have those options out there, but it's also going to be people out there that want the latest and greatest, the hottest thing, and they play on those. And I fall in that myself, but you're right. Is it going to be enough? And I think they're smart enough to know if it isn't, they can just go right back to form with it, where they're not pigeonholing themselves in like an art. Well, in art, you can't say that about in art, because in art they're sculpted, they're doing sculpted as well. They give you that option as well.
In art's doing his thing over here. They're doing their own thing over here.
Right. But you know what? And that's exactly what you're right, Lane. Because I think in art is pretty much going to be its own shell.
Yeah.
In art 2 minutes ago, because they're picking their IPs very carefully. You're not trying to do a flood. And I think that's good. I think they just need to just stay in their lane, keep doing what they're doing, and then progressively grow. And not trying to compete with hot toys. They're what
hot toys used to be, which is what we loved. I mean, and that's why I think I love it. That's why I love in art, because they're, like you said, they're really picking, being real careful on what IPs they pick. They can't do Star Wars. They can't do Marvel. And I mean, that's good for Hot Toys, but I do feel, I mean, it's Hot Toys is about putting out the line share figures, like, and completing lines. Like Hot Toys, shoot, how many we got? Maybe about 100 pieces coming out this year. So good for
I don't
them.
want to think about it. I'm thinking to myself.
For us as collectors, it's a lot. It's a lot, and I mean, we'll get burnt out. But like I said, as long as they have the volume of stuff, there's going to be, and they do other stuff. There's going to be collectors coming to it.
No, and hold that thought. What you guys are talking about there, second brother to Jay, because one thing I know we don't need rooted hair for, and in honor of the OG fan, is Lane's favorite show of all time. Let's fill him up with table two.
I'm Boba Fett. I'm here to see the mayor. Boba Fett. Do you have an appointment?
Although the Boba Fett that I want to get is that Boba
Listen,
Fett, which is always
not to change the subject, but I opened up my freaking Fennec yesterday. I opened up my Fennec, and I can't stop saying I opened up my Fennec because I freaking spilled all my damn coffee when I looked at this figure. Are you kidding me? And I was inspired. I was prompted to start an all-new series I'm going to be putting on. You know, Jay, you and I were talking about, hey, Aries, maybe put out these little, 2-minute videos or 5-minute videos.
Yes.
So here's what I'm going to do. Besides believe, I'm going to be putting out these 5-minute warp speed reviews from the Dark Jedi. I did my first one yesterday. It's going to be 5 minutes. It's going to be so damn quick. You're going to think you're in the fastest hunk of junk in the darn galaxy when you watch this darn thing. You're going to see high resolution. You're going to see the pores coming out of Fennec's cheek right here, baby. You're going to see it that up close. So I mean, I'll be putting that out. Just saying though, I didn't mean to digress.
Get Lael in here because he's like.
Oh, is Lael here? Oh my goodness!
The back door.
There he is. Dude, Lael. Look, I was just talking about that. I opened up my Fennec yesterday, and I can't even tell you the experience, brother, the love, brother. When I opened this thing up and I looked at it, I spilled all my damn coffee. I'm still freaking puddling it. Can you hear the splish splash? Here, I'll play this. You can hear the splish splash when I'm tapping my toes.
A social experiment. Do a social experiment with Fennec. And put her on a breakfast area or a dining room table, and just come to the house like, "Good evening, Fennec," and see how many of us will be sleeping on the couch. And she looks at
no, she does. She does. I was shocked. Right. Actually, after I did that last night, my wife came in. We were going to go ahead and binge watch it in the collecting room, right? And she was like, "Darn, that looks." I see what you were talking about there. So, I mean, it was it was really, really good. Lael, what's going on, baby?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Good to have you in here, my friend.
Yeah, it's been a busy day, man. That's why I was like, let me just pop in while I can. I'll pop in for a little bit. I'll be here for a little. I got to get up in the morning, early in the morning and travel. So I was like, let me just pop in and, stay for a little bit.
Travel, man.
Yeah, man. It's tomorrow. I got some things pretty much going on. I'll be traveling from here to New York tomorrow, and yeah,
where you at, sir?
Well, I'm going back to Queens for a little bit. I'll be there, and then I'm going from there back I'm going from Queens to Philly, then Philly back here, basically, because got a few things going on in the morning. A few gigs and studio sessions and stuff like that to deal with other people who couldn't come here, so I got to go to them. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's crazy. It's just a lot going on right now, man. But
well, I bet for the Lael man here and for all the guys here in this panel, we were talking about the Artisan proof. You know what I bet would be the day one Artisan proof, get out of my way, don't stop me from hitting the pre-order button, is if we saw an Artisan proof Nerf herder hand. Scruffy like a Nerf herder.
Scruffy looking Nerf herder.
Yeah, Nerf herder hand with rooted hair, man. You think everybody in this panel would be all over that in 5 seconds?
If they did a Bespin one, if they did a Bespin one.
I think that was I think that was one of my biggest disappointments about the summer showcase. I mean, they did what they could do. They did. You know, we go into these summer showcases and, you know, sideshow cons, and the thing is, that's why I think it's never good to speculate, because, you know, speculate or get your hopes up too high, or, you know, again, your speculations, your expectations, you know, always lead to a letdown in the end, because you're expecting so much, something that Hot Toys never even told you they were going to deliver on. So when you get with their intentions, because their intentions are far different from ours. So again, when we don't get what we want when we want it, then it becomes a huge letdown. I just think that one of the biggest disappointments in my, you know, from my opinion, was the simple fact that you're still riding off of Clone Wars 20th anniversary, you know, Revenge of the Jedi, Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary. You're still basically riding off of that, and you didn't take full advantage of what you could have gotten, you know, from it. You know what I mean? If anything, the Artisan version of Anakin should have been released before, or not released, but revealed during celebration in London. That would have been a perfect opportunity, especially that was completely highlighted around that time. Now I understand that they're basically doing it right now. That's fine and dandy. Aries, I was hearing that you were thinking about the possibility of getting rid of your dark side Anakin. And I'm gonna give you one particular reasons why I think you shouldn't. And
tell me, bro.
Besides the obvious is the simple fact that you don't know whether or not you're going to get your hands on that Artisan edition.
There you go.
And you might, with that, you might, and the thing is, it's like just going through the whole process, which is one of the reasons why I decided not going forward in general, that I am safe with the Anakin that I basically do have, which is the light side. I never got the dark side, but I'm fine with actually having the light side Anakin, also the Clone Wars version. I'm fine with that. And the reason why I say that, bro, is because what you got at that time with the dark side Anakin, you got that incredible base that actually came with it.
Yes.
So you definitely did get something that was probably exclusive for your collection. Also, right now, bro, what you're doing and what you would think about doing is the same thing that a lot of people are doing right now. The market right now for a lot of this stuff is not good, especially trying to sell. It is not good. Like literally, to sell shit off right now it's basically hard as hell.
Let's not talk about you get 1099 for it.
Yeah,
you get 1099 for it.
Exactly.
You got to pay taxes on it.
You don't want to be disappointed in the simple fact that you're getting rid of a figure, not knowing whether or not you're going to have a chance to get the other. And if you're getting it through Sideshow, just the thing is, prepare for the worst, hope for the best type of situation, because again, their system is screwed, and they are screwing themselves out of it. You know, to be quite honest.
Well,
so again, I think it's best for right now that I would actually hold on to it. If you think about selling it down the road, then that's fine. Hold on to it for right now.
Yeah.
Test it. Take your chances seeing what you can actually get if it's a possibility that you can actually get it. And the thing is, it can be got. I just refuse to buy overseas.
I looked, Lael. So here's the thing. I looked at one of those other sites in Hong Kong, and after I put it in my cart and I converted the Hong Kong dollars, bro, it's like $650.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't. No. I said no.
Yeah. No. It's not
like literally. I had it in my cart this weekend, Lael.
When you did that this weekend and you saw the price, did that price include shipping?
Nope.
Oh God, I don't even know if it did, honestly now.
Exactly. So if it didn't basically include shipping, you got to tack that on as well, bro. That right there is crazy. It's crazy because again, these companies over there are upselling and they are doing the collecting community a disservice. And that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing that. Here and getting it through, Sideshow, second brother, you already know. It's literally it's the worst. And that's why I chose not to. I learned, and like was said last week, even on the show, sometimes you have to rest well and be happy with what you basically have in your collection. For me, I have Anakin, and I remember the feeling. And the reason why I say this is because I remember the feeling that I got when, Howard Chan, and when they basically decided to leak the promo photo of that figure online on Hot Toys page and also on Instagram. and how excited the community was when they saw it. And when that figure went up for pre-order, they previewed it and everything. I remember the feeling, and that's why that nostalgic moment for me is one of the reasons why I would never sell it off in the first place. But I just believe that right now, the way they are doing it right now, and the simple fact that they did not release at all, they did not basically release, a sculpted version of it. That's telling in itself, bro. Because the thing is, I think that that's money that they left on the table that they should think about. Not saying it's too late and that they can't do it, because they can still do it. It's just a matter of when. And the thing is, part of it is, I know, and here's the thing, bro. A lot of people always talk about they love the exclusivity. They love having something that's exclusive, and that's completely fine. And I'm happy for you. But I'm always sided on. I'm always on the side that everybody should have what they want, and it should be an opportunity, especially for new collectors and people who really invest in it. They should have it. But if they can't, so be it. It is what it is. But long story short, Aries, I would not, as of right now, sell that off. I would hold on to it. Take your chances, and if you get it, if you're able to basically get it, think about it then. But maybe then don't do it.
Maybe you're convincing me not to, and a lot of people in the chat are convincing me not to.
Yeah,
it was just tempting when I'm like, I know when I'm gonna have to pay to get a hold of that Anakin if I'm not able to get him through Sideshow. However, the Wonder Woman was, I will say this, a lot less quantity than I think the Anakin. I think there's a little more of that. So maybe there's a slightly better
wasn't
chance.
US 300, I think, for the US from that giveaway. I don't know.
I think they
for Wonder Woman 100.
That was only 300.
It was only 300 for Anakin. I think there's 400, and I think for the Joker it's 500. They added.
That's it.
Man. I think they added. It was only 4. It was only 3 and 4 at one point.
And that's the tough part about it, bro. It's like when you're looking at that, as far as pre-ordering or, the batch and whatever, when you're looking at that, bro, it's just like, damn, it is disappointing. You know what I mean? And I remember what me and Second Brother went through. I remember the conversations that we basically had, going through that, having it in your cart and then being told that someone else has it in your cart, having to go back through the whole thing and then being told, when it's gone. And then on top of that, not getting the notification until 20 minutes after it went up. That right there is something that they got to fix, which I don't think they will. Honestly, I think it's going to be the same situation because look what just happened, just a few weeks ago with, both the video game version of Miles and whatever. Same thing happened with that. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, unless they fix that system, it's just, again, not something that I even want to dive into. And it was the biggest disappointment about that, bro. And we talked, and I hate keep beating a dead horse. It's a simple fact that you waited a week later to slap that exclusivity label on that piece.
Because I remember when I did the stream for that Anakin, and everybody that morning was very excited, and we thought that was going to be a figure that was going to be available to everybody. And Lael's right, when they went ahead and then a week later and was just like, oh yeah, it's exclusive. Like, what the like, really? And I think what everybody should do, and I think, and I mean, do this responsibly. I'm not talking about, cause an uproar, send death threats and all that other crazy shit. No, I'm talking about really send an email or a message or something being like, we really want this figure. This should be a mass released figure. It should. They may not listen. They may not. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to, but it will show them that, hey, there's a want for this. Because I really believe that they're going to do a dark side, and they're going to do artisan edition that's going to be readily available for everybody. I think they're doing this is, like I said, this is to test the market to see if people are going to pony up that money for these expensive figures. I don't think it's going to be every figure like that. I think it's going to be a select hand-picked ones that they know have a big fan base, like Anakin, like the Joker, like
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, that they can go and pick and say, okay, we know these are here's the creme de la creme of this specific character.
Like
Hey,
maybe single for the Artisan proof, like single digit releases per year. They're like, the J&D statues are. These are like the creme de la creme.
Yeah.
no,
You get a
I
few
don't want
releases
that.
a year.
I don't want them to do that at all. No, those artisan releases should be for every, like, you want it, you want it, you can pay.
No. I don't. No. Hold on, brother. I don't mean that they're going to be like this thing. What I mean is there's only going to be a few of them per year that come up and available, like a J&D statue. They put out 3 or 4 of their statues, but they're the best. But they're, like you said, it's going to be specific figure. Now, I would be like with brother cousins. Okay, if you're going to do some, quote, classic characters like Anakin or the Ledger Joker, but also do it for something, show that you're also willing to take a chance a little bit on maybe something for newer property or something like that. Go ahead.
But then too, like, again, it's like, I honestly believe this well is going to run dry, because if you're going to slap something with, the exclusive mark or something like that, we have already seen an Anakin. We have seen the light side Anakin. We have seen the dark side Anakin. We have seen the general Anakin, just like Iron Man. I love Iron Man, but I'm burnt out. If you're going to do something Artisan, come out with something new. If you want to turn around and press you with Artisan, come out with an Ellen Ripley with rooted hair.
Ooh.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like that, it should be
agree.
like that. That's different. Or if we're going to talk about like Ahsoka, which does not have hair, which is the quote simple way to do a quote deluxe figure or something. What, like you guys were talking about? What about, I don't know? I'm just going to say like that Prey figure. The Predator or something. Yeah. Like do something like Jungle Hunter or whatever license or however you could do it, where it's like full leather, nice leather on their, weapon parts, and it's, however they would do it, with like made actually out of metal for some of the weapon pieces or whatever. Like do a Predator like anniversary thing or whatever that's like that. That's like maybe $350, $400, but make it really good. Because it's been, even though they've done it before, that was like, a million years ago in Hot Toys years. Do something like that where maybe it is, you're not jumping out on a totally new character, which might be not hard for them to do, but something different than what all this stuff we've been getting.
And you know what? I'm going to tell you the reason why for me that I'm good. I'm good on not basically getting this particular version is because I got to look at the future, and I got to look at where my focus is on. And I'm telling you right now, everything that I've seen, everything that I want, and I would hopefully they would take advantage of, is going to happen with this season of Ahsoka. That Morgan Espa, that Bail, to have that Shinhachi, to have basically all those figures there, things that that could possibly coming from that line. And I'm telling you, we are getting another Ahsoka. I'm just telling you that right now. They're going to release another Ahsoka, because keep in mind, from what we've actually seen in the previews and in the trailers for this new season, they keep mirroring one particular scene. And that's when we basically saw Sabine looking at the wall, and she looked at the actual art that she designed. Now, remember, that was the same scene in Rebels when she turned around and she saw what I want to label Ahsoka the White. We're going to get that figure. I'm telling you, and we're going to see that version in this show. I don't care what anybody says, because they're hearkening back to that. They're going to give us another Ahsoka. On top of that, keep in mind, they already basically reported that we're going to possibly see a flashback with Anakin in this particular show.
So it could be another Anakin.
So it could possibly another Anakin. There could possibly be another Obi-Wan. There's so much. Exactly. We're going to basically see a Thrawn. So the thing is, I'm preparing for the future on things that I really, really want. And sometimes it takes sacrifices. I don't need a Joker. So I already know that. I don't need another Joker. For me and Art won the day on that one. This Anakin, it was a sacrifice. As long as I know I have one Anakin, actually I have two. Clone Wars Anakin, and I have the, light side Anakin. As long as I know I have them in my collection, I'm completely fine with missing out. So that's where I'm at, you know, when it comes to that. And it's just, again, there's too much on the table. There's too much coming out. Where y'all were talking earlier about, you know, stuff that's dropping. You know, it is the season for collections to be doubled. You know what I mean? Pretty much with everything that's actually dropping. You know, boxes that are going to be sitting around with all these figure releases and stuff, that you got to prepare for something like that. So if you're thinking about it, am I going to invest my money on a possible $400 to $500 figure when everything else is coming? And I got to be very, 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 very selective about what I want. So for me, again, and here's the thing, I would say that not to say that this Anakin isn't impressive, because it is an incredible piece. It is an amazing piece. But for me, I have to make the sacrifice, not only just for my pockets, but for my mental health, because I do not want to snap if I try to do some shit like that again and I get that same message. Because if I did that, second brother, I would blow your shit up the entire day. And that's why I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like,
you know what? I think
the
community, it would be a damn typhoon from both of us. I'm sorry, it'd be a whole bunch of filth, flaring filth coming out of my mouth. I mean, you know, the craziness, just the feeling of you have something in the grasp of your hand 3 consecutive times.
Yep.
And that happens.
I get a feeling that second brother, that Anakin with the rooted hair is going to go so quick.
But you know what? It may shock us. It may sit there because
that would be great.
Is thinking the same thing. All of us are sitting here. I'm pretty sure it's thousands of collectors that went through what me and Lael went through, and it's probably those thousands are going to do like this. You know what? I'm not going through that again. I'm good.
Well, you know what, guys? And Brent, let me just ask you this, Brent, because I know you've been listening here with this. Honestly, the chances of us not getting a rooted hair Anakin in another form, I think, are low. I think if we wait, even if we've got to wait some years, there's going to be another one coming. I would think of especially if this sells really, really good and Hot Toys sees, wow, a lot of people want this rooted hair Anakin. They probably do another one with differences, bro.
Rooted hair Bespin Luke in a couple of years.
No, I agree. I absolutely think that there could be another one that comes out. And, you know, frankly, I'm a little shocked that figure hasn't gone up for pre-order yet. I mean, what was it, San Diego Comic Con?
Yeah, where is it?
Dropped?
Which one?
Rooted hair Anakin.
Oh, yeah.
You know, where is that? I mean, you would think it would be in Hot Toys' best interest to get that thing out there as a floated trial balloon and see how it performs, because that's going to pretty much give you a litmus test as to whether or not you really want to invest in this line or not, right?
What if they're waiting for they're waiting for the week of Ahsoka? What if they try to do it basically then? Yeah. And I'm just saying that for a couple of different reasons.
Makes sense.
Because now that I think about it, I'm just going down the line of what the rumor mill is. And again, do not, and have to tell people out there, don't take this with a grain of salt. It's not us saying that this is going to happen, but just imagine if we see this, because the rumor is we're going to see Ahsoka versus Anakin in the World Between Worlds, and it's going to be a much younger version of her. So that's 2 possible Ahsokas that we can actually get. Also, imagine if there's a flashback to her childhood and we actually see Plo Koon delivering Ahsoka. Man. So just imagine the possibilities of what is out there and what we could see. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying that there are possibilities of what could happen. So I think they might be waiting, because Ahsoka's only a few weeks away now. Yeah. So, you know, definitely they can be waiting to do that then. But there's so many possibilities out there, man. And that's why, like I said, I'm saying I gotta wait. I gotta wait. The Anakin is beyond me right now, because there's too many people talking about it. And I know there's going to be a lot of people wanting it. So the best of luck to everybody else. I'm looking at this avenue right now. But you're right, Star Wars News, man. They should have did that already. It would have made sense if they did it. But if they're strategically trying to line this up with Ahsoka, then I can understand. And then that's when I think it would make sense.
I think it sounds like probably what they're doing is, like you said, the Ahsoka thing for Anakin and the Joker. I think because they've got an event coming up, Sideshow does, next week. So I think maybe one of those. I wouldn't be surprised if the Joker is going to be during that event, or maybe both of them. I think they're going to do it like somewhat how they did with their Comic-Con, and then maybe next week they would do the Anakin the same week to like be part of the Star Wars hype train.
So let me
or
ask
they could
you guys,
announce an Ahsoka that week, like they did, for the Flash.
Let me ask you guys this, because Lael, you were bringing up a point that kind of piled onto some points that everyone else made here. Started by you, second brother, and you, Jay. So right now you're saying, hey, sell the dark. I put it out with my latest market show from yesterday, and I got a lot of comments on that. It's crashing a little bit. Tax season's over. Second brother, it is. Tax season is over, and I'm starting to see now. You'll get your Han, a New Hope, or Stormtrooper and regular. That continues to just go up. Your special like the Christopher Reeve Superman, very, very strong, will continue to go up. But a lot of wannabe grails are struggling. It is really, really hard right now. And somebody put this up, and I'm going to share it. It's actually a comment from my video yesterday, and I'll go ahead and put it up here, and I'll read it on this. Let me know if you could see the screen. So this is a great subscriber, uncarded reviews. Says, Aries, there's definitely something going on in the secondary market. I've had several very reputable eBay sellers cancel my paid orders and issue a full refund after I got the figure via winning a bid or the seller accepting my best offer, and then they all gave me the same excuse. Item no longer in stock. These are very well-known and very reputable sellers with 100% feedback, and one whom I purchased from before. He's not going to name names and any of that kind of stuff. Always, positive experiences with them in the past. But this has to be more than a coincidence.
Yeah,
because it's happened with a bunch of collectors at least 3 times to me in the last 30 days. Now, the reason I'm bringing that up here on the screen is I'm watching some of these guys, second brother. I'm watching them sell some figures. All these different sellers, like you could look at that Captain Marvel, either version. You could look at a Black Widow figure. You want to go ahead and look at the Tusken Raider. $120. That's rough. It's rough, dude. And they're still in stock everywhere. So it is a little bit crazy right now. So your comment on that, and then second, to piggyback off that, I'm not too sure if any of these figures, like they're touting. I want to stick on this Anakin. Whatever it is, 3,000 pieces or limited 300-400 here. I'm not too sure that there's more than 4,000 of some of these other figures being produced that aren't exclusive, to be honest with you. You can't tell me that they're producing 15, 20,000 of some of these. Go, man.
No, they're not. No, they're not. I mean, pretty much you can see how frequent things get waitlisted before they even come out. So you could turn around and see, I think what they're doing, what would be smart, is they did things in waves. They were like, okay, we're going to come out with this number. Then when they come out with this number, then they're going to, okay, we got those sold, so we're going to try again and open up another set of orders. That'd be the smart thing to do. But, I'm a car guy. I'm just like, how things are going with the economy and with numbers, it's crazy. I just saying, this came from dealership today before I left, that they had a truck that was $98,000. And I'm sitting there like, today's market, $98,000, and your average finance rate is 6%. It ain't going to sell. You wait it out
for that price, brother.
Right. Then you go back.
A few of us are near around the same age. You know what I'm talking about.
Right. And you turn around and see it, and I go look at the dealership, I see like a $20,000 reduction.
Yeah.
$20,000. So they cut $20,000 off the price. So you're just like, okay. I mean, put it in the same frame as you do with figures. When you go on in the secondary market, you're taking a risk. And I remember the old days when people put reserves on everything.
Yeah.
If it didn't get to that reserve, it ain't gonna happen.
That's right.
Yep.
So we probably gonna end up going back to that because I don't sell anything. I never have.
Nah, geez.
I never have said anything because I love my collection. I keep what I have, but the work that it takes to try to sell it, eBay has to have a cut. Then the person trying to look for a deal, and then you got to look at the tax that you got to pay on that after you sold it at the end of the year. There's a lot of variables there.
It's from somebody that did a lot of selling. I sold a lot on eBay, which I'm to the point where I don't sell anymore on eBay. If I don't know you personally, or I don't, within a group or something like that, I don't sell on eBay because eBay does not protect the seller at all. They just don't. And your second brother is right. All the things that you have to take in consideration with selling is too much. I mean, they gouge you. They gouge you with seller fees, taxes, all that. You're not going to turn a profit. You may not even get what you paid for. You're not going to, get what you paid for retail for the figure. You're going to take a loss. So at this point now, it's very important for all collectors to really hone down on what they are collecting and what they want instead of just buying willy-nilly.
Well, Jay, let me ask you this, because you bring up that comment. I do all the market stuff, and I try anyway, the best that I can to catch everything that I can. And I'm saying to myself, how are these guys letting this stuff go? Or they're probably just trying to get rid of, you know what I mean, at these prices. So I'm not surprised, like with that comment. But if these sellers are feeling it, how much is like official distributor feeling it? Like when we're talking about, like we're seeing some of these figures, like all of a sudden you're seeing the Return of the Jedi Vader with a low stock remaining warning. Commander Fox just came out. The Christian Bale freaking what is that? The Armory. Is this like are they like seeing this too? Like, oh crap, we need to like change.
I think so. And I mean, the way that they tried to remedy this was like, we talked about this a year ago, was about lower batches, getting these lower batches and putting the product out because they don't want that stuff selling. Now, the good thing about a lot of these people, they're getting this stuff at cost, that helps, but it only helps for some, it only helps to a degree, especially, when it comes to just sitting stock, it's just sitting stocks that needs taxes that need to be paid on it. And it's a whole nother thing, a whole nother ball of wax when you're dealing with that. So yeah, they're feeling it too. But the way to remedy that is the lower batches, which is why, I mean, like I didn't get Andrew and I didn't get Andrew a year ago. So I was like, I'll get around to getting it. Now I'm like, damn, I'm waiting for my comic store to get it at.
And I told you, and Lael, I'll go to you with this because I mean, I'm getting that Neo. My wait list converted, and I got it this weekend. So thank God, I got that. But Lael, your thoughts on that, and this Artisan line, is it a way to drum up people to be like for demand and hype to like, hey, we're only putting out 4,000 of these or whatever it is, 5,000, 6,000, they're numbering it. And I'm wondering, like when you hear, like when I hear that, I'm like, oh man, I got to jump. I got to pre-order it right now. But if they came out with like Frog Lady tomorrow, I'm not, and they just put it out like Lael, a regular release. I'm not sure that everybody will jump and pre-order it, worried about it. They're probably like, oh yeah, maybe I'll get that. I've got like a few months to think about it. But maybe it's actually the same number or around the same. Nobody really knows, but is the Artisan line a way to kind of like drum up hype to get you to buy it, or where if they didn't, we don't want to sit in there?
I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. Could be, but the downside to that is the Artisan line could hurt them in the long run. It could. I'm not saying it will, but I'm saying it could because of the expense, bro. It's too much money. A lot of people can't really afford it. And you're not giving people options. The Artisan line would be cool if you did what you did with the Joker. You have just the standard version. You have the rooted Artisan version. Best of both worlds. Whoever can afford to get the rooted and want to try to get it, they can. But if you want the sculpted, you can do that as well. They didn't do that with Anakin, which is, again, I don't know. But I think it could hurt them in the long run when it comes to these prices, bro. Because the thing is, if your expectation is that, oh wow, now I got to basically go in and get it now. I have to get it now before it sells out. For too long, you're gonna have a whole bunch of gripes, bro. Like people just complaining about that. Like, yo, come on. With me, put it this way: I go after the things that I know I want, but I also know that people won't go after. People didn't like Thena from the Eternals. I got that piece on the way. It should be here this week. I'm happy about that purchase because it was something that I wanted in my collection to represent an idea that I already had in my head when they first dropped it or released it or revealed it. So I'm going after something like that I know people aren't going to go for, and it's going to be there. I normally tend to go for those particular pieces because not only what I want, a lot of people don't. And sometimes they don't. And that's just mainly the way it works. I wanted that Morbius. A lot of people didn't, but that motherfucker went waitlisted. So some people wanted it.
Yep.
I'm so glad I secured mine, and I'm happy about that because it was something that I wanted. It was a unique looking figure. The accessories that come with it, I'm like, regardless of what you thought about the film, that figure's decent. It is nice, and it's a one-off. You're not going to see that again. It's incredible. But again, that could seriously hurt him in the long run, man. I mean, I'm not saying it will, but it could because of the simple fact that, number one, people were already complaining about the simple fact that these prices were going up, that all this stuff was shooting up. We have been warning the community for years, like last 2 years, when NR basically introduced and they came out. Watch what's going to happen. This is going to happen. I'm telling you, Hot Toys is going to figure, oh, since you want to pay that price, we're going to give you something, and you're going to be expected to pay the same price because you've already put your money where your mouth was and paid for this. So this is what's happening. This is something that I was afraid of, especially for new collectors and then old collectors like us who were around in a heyday when things were lower than 200. The expectation is that things do change, and we know that, bro. When they ramp up or when there's basically revamps 2.0 versions, better bodies, better tailoring, better head sculpts, it's expected to go up a bit because you're paying for something that's, eventually top tier. But when you go all in on something that we've already had, and then you're just adding rooted hair to it, and that price goes up. I mean, for some people, bro, and again, I talked about this yesterday. I talked about this last week. There seems to be this whole trend of a lot of people completely checking out, and they're selling off their stuff. I've seen this, and it's not just, it's people that I'm seeing like, wow, like they're really saying, yo, I'm done. Like I'm seeing this and I'm really, really done. And it's not people that don't like collecting because they love collecting. But again, reality hits. They can't afford to get half this stuff. So
do you guys also think, and I hear you on that, Lael, because we see it. We seen it a lot.
Yeah,
we see it a lot,
bro.
And even I'm thinking of like, I mean, it's a reason why I don't do Good Morning Grills no more. I'll be honest with you. Honestly, just breaking it down. But the thing of it is, it's a lot. Do you think, especially there's a lot of people out here that want what they can't have? It's just like the sneaker community all over again. A lot of people that want, a lot of people wanted if Yeezys were readily available at the time they were hot. If they were readily available, they would just sit in the store. People want what they can have. And I think they learned, listen, the model, J&D made the model, for collecting to do that. So I think there's going to be a bunch of people that's going to go and still buy. And I don't think it's really going to hurt Hot Toys as much as we think, because we also got to look at what they have done over the past years. DX is like not really a DX thing no more because everything is DX now. There's rolling eyes on everything. So they're giving you a level of, I don't want to call it innovation, but I want to call it innovation for them. You know what I'm saying? They gave you that. So even though we're paying slightly for a regular figure, like you look at, let's look at another Anakin. Let's look at Attack of the Clones Anakin. You got rolling eyeballs, you got a great head sculpt, you got a great costume, you got all that, just got all that going for it. People know they're going to collect it and buy the shit out of it. it's going to sell. So they're safe right there. But then you got this artisan thing that's right over here. That's the thing that people is like, for the collector that kind of wants something that's a little bit more pricey and is a little bit more unattainable and has that exclusive feel. They can go and grab that too. My only problem with this artisan line is these damn things need to be numbered. That's my thing, because if it ain't numbered, it's bullshit. That's in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
You're right.
They need to be numbered. Once they're numbered, and people try to like, okay, I can see the allure of that, because they did this last year too. We got to think about what they did with that with the Black Boba Fett from last year. It was the same type of thing. They were testing the market then with that. Let's put this out and see what people would do, and people went crazy for it. So now this year.
I still got it. I got it. I love that piece. I'm telling you, I look at that piece every single day and I'm like, yo, that is the one piece that honestly makes me proud to be a collector. Because when I look at it, I'm like, yo, that motherfucker is so dope. When I see it.
But you know what?
Yo,
that figure right there pretty much, I think, caused this little thing of trying to put, the exclusivity label on it, and you try to chase to get it, because when that figure was announced, dude, they didn't have a limit on that. I could have bought 7 or 8 of them.
Nope, there was no. They put it up, and again, you had a chance to get it, and when you got it, until it basically went waitlist, so you had a chance to basically get that piece. You were fine with it. Same for like the Chrome clones. You know what I mean? The 501st. When those dropped, it was the same situation with those. Like, again, look, at the end of the day, bro, fair is fair. If NR can do it, Hot Toys can do it too. If you're going to basically pay those prices, you're going to pay for the Hot Toys prices. And that is what it is. And we knew this was actually coming.
Right.
The only problem where there's a difference, and a lot of people will actually say, well, they're a brand new company, man, so of course they can do this, man. What I'm saying is, like, literally, this is what people are going to say. The only difference is, InArt gives you a timetable that you can actually get in to get your pre-orders on something that you want. So you're almost damn near guaranteed to get it within the time frame. You just got to basically pay for it, pre-order it. However, this exclusive line with Hot Toys is a totally different ball game. Like, literally, it is like almost damn a sneaker lottery. You get in where you fit in, and that's just how it works.
With a damn rooted hair Anakin, which is going to
exactly. So, and this rooted hair Anakin. Here's the thing: when it's been over what, a month now almost that they basically unveiled that, and we're still talking about that shit. Imagine once it releases, or when the pre-orders go up. No Vince McMahon, no chance in hell for a lot of people. I'm telling you that right now. You just better be prepared. Hope for prepare for the worst, hope for the best, and I'll just leave it at that before I got to get out of here, because the missus is looking at me like, you said, I know I got to go to sleep.
I know that.
Yeah, she. I mean, so I gotta dip. But what were we going to say real quick before I dip, Aries?
No, I was just going to say I feel like that there's, and I was going to say that may go higher. Dark Side Anakin is like $800-900 in a secondary market average.
Yep.
This rooted hair one might freaking go higher than that one.
Oh yeah,
or not.
I mean, I'm just saying, or not, which would be fine. I would hope, but God,
I don't think so.
It's but you better go listen to LaToya there, my friend.
Yes, I'm out, man. Thank you for actually having me, man. Thanks for being on.
No, always here.
Panel of individuals, man. So glad to actually, be here with you. Subscribe to everybody here. Subscribe to the OneSixthScaleMan YouTube channel as always.
Links in the description. Links in my description.
Definitely
always
description. I just dropped early this morning the Night Owls video that I did with the throne. Thanks, shout out to Uncommon Flex, my man Ty. Shout out to him on that one. The next Take Your Position coming up is going to be Phoenix Shan, Echo, Crosshair, and Hunter. So I'm actually doing that right now. I'm getting prepped and ready to do that once I get back tomorrow. So Say What Wednesday, of course. So thank you for having me here, man. And I'll see y'all guys on the flip side. And if Anakin basically goes up for pre-order tonight, good luck to all of you guys out there, and don't cry, please. Just don't cry. Don't, because here's the thing is, you know what's going to be crazy, and this is what I look for, and I hate to be that guy, but it's like the prediction is not that or when it's going to drop and all that. We know that, but it's to read the comments of those who were unable to get that thing in hand and what they're going to actually say. Things that you're going to hear. Oh, that's some bullshit on Hot Toys. Why would they do the exclusivity? I'm checking out. F sideshow. Man, this, that, and the third. I'm forced to go here and get it from this particular, man, Toys Wonderland, this, that. You're going to hear it. So just be prepared. And just don't cry about it. You're all right.
All I'm gonna say to that, Lael Bobby, is don't you put that evil on me.
Yeah, right. I'm not trying to. But again, it's me helping you prepare for the worst or prep for the worst and hope for the best. I'll see y'all later, man. I'm out.
Subscribe to the 16thScaleMan. Link is in the video description there. Always a pleasure to have Lael in here for sure.
Doomsday
Come
Collector,
on,
man.
I'll take that.
Peace, brother.
I'll take that. Wow.
Awesome.
And guys, good having Lael in here. And I want to give a shout out before I go to ask a question here to the Six Scale Mafia. I've had this up here for a little bit with this conversation. What's up, everyone? Hey. He said, smash that like button. I'm back home. Woo! Listen,
nice. He had a little bit of a trip today.
Yeah.
His car broke.
Mafia, I've been following you. I think we've all been following you there. Great. I was on Jay's show. The Star Trek figures look great, and appreciate you being in here, brother.
Hey, and we have another, and hey, in chat as well is another contributor on the Aries 6 scale journey. Mr. Ray of Hawkwar's Toys is also in the chat.
Yes, there he is, Ray at Hawkwar's.
Good to see you.
I will tell you, since he jumped in, if you guys could see this on my screen, I'm going to blow myself up here. Just opened up my Fennec yesterday, and that's that 5-minute warp speed review that I'm going to put up. Sticker from my Fennec I got from Ray at Hawkwar's. Another sticker from Ray at Hawkwar's. And this pretty awesome little comic here.
Nice.
Nice. Double box, Ray. Shout out to you. Always good stuff. Always good stuff. So let me ask this real quick here. No, go ahead, Lane. Go ahead.
Well, just because we've been talking about a ton of with rooted hair and everything, it's not normally under Hot Toys, but I was interested in, I know Brother Cousins and stuff may talk about this like later in the week, but you know X06 who does the Star Trek figures, they just put up what was it, Cousins or something you might know, was it Friday? They put up their Commander Kruge, Christopher Lloyd's Evil Klingon from Search for Spock.
Yeah.
So that just what we were talking about. It seems like everybody's trying to get into the rooted hair game right now. But Commander Kruge, that character from Search for Spock is an exo figure. It's normally between probably 190 to 225-ish range, probably normally. Yeah. That Kruge, that Kruge is $295, like on Sideshow right now. The hair on the back is rooted, but the classic Klingon beard or goatee or whatever is sculpted on the thing. So they raised that price for that figure up to $295. Mm-hmm. And now that rooted hair just looks like Barbie hair to me. But what we've been talking about has maybe this rooted hairness maybe gone a little bit. I mean, even X06 is doing it now, and they're doing a figure which, most of us are going to say we probably have X06 with their figures. They've priced them a little bit on I don't like to say a tier below, but they've been aiming for a different price point in general for what they're doing. Yeah. But what do you think Aries hearing now that another company like that is getting into the rooted hair, but they're trying to charge $300 for a figure where their normal price range has probably been about, at least $50, $60, $70 less.
I think it's like what you were saying, Jay, with that rooted. Some people are going to want that rooted hair or that extra special You know, it comes with 14 karat gold. Where some people's like, I'll take the silver. I'm fine with stainless steel. You know, go ahead and just give me the aluminum. I'm good with that. And I think that the dichotomy is here for those collectors that really want that. I think it's fine. Let them spend what they want to spend. But there's going to be collectors who don't have that money and are going to feel like, oh, they want the best thing but can't get the Porsche. But I think that I think it's very important for these companies like Hot Toys and X06 to get innovative and offer that line and do it. If you want a car with leather seats, Jay, you need to pay for it. But you know, and Brent, if you're going to have a car or you're going to sell cars and you're not going to offer leather seating because you want to keep it cheap, you're going to get some people who are just not going to buy. So I think it's actually good.
Well, X06 though is only doing the rooted hair version. That's the only version they're doing. They're not doing a sculpted version. So, like, now they're a much newer company and stuff. Like, I mean, maybe slightly older than InArt or roughly around the same time they started. But like that to me feels like a silly thing when people are used to not paying. You're asking for maybe $100 more.
But you know, there may be data out there, Brent, though. It's a good question that kind of shows that if you want to go into the future of collecting, it's kind of like the old 12-inch figures from way back with Hasbro, or no one's really kind of doing those anymore. If you want to do it nowadays, you got to kind of step up. You know, there used to be cars with carburetors, and now you got fuel injection.
Right.
And it could be something like that. Go ahead, go, baby.
Well, let's take a look into the rooted hair crystal ball here. Not that we haven't done that. We've kind of stayed in the now with the rooted hair Anakin and
so triple.
Let me just lob this out there to you guys. I'm interested in hearing from each one of you on this, honestly. 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi is still ongoing. It's going to be occurring from this moment until December 31st at 11:59 p.m. Correct? Mm-hmm. So do you guys think that maybe the reason why we haven't seen that much 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi, or that we've only seen a Darth Vader and a C-3PO and no face characters, is because they may be making some rooted hair varieties of them that they're going to unveil before the end of the year? For example, a rooted hair Luke Jedi, a rooted hair Han Endor. I mean, are they holding that card back to potentially lob at us? Because we're going to see more from that. There hasn't been enough. So could that be something, brother cousins, that is coming at us like a freight train? And if we're not paying attention to it, it's going to run us over.
Hold on, Brent. Hold on. Before you answer brother questions, hold on. We got to ask Brent this.
They call him the Wizard.
On and going right in that, Jay. I'm blowing myself up here because I was going to say that in the crystal ball, I do see in the Wizard's crystal ball more Return of the Jedi 40th figures. So that's part of what we want to talk about tonight. So Jay, take it away with Brent's comments there, because that's a lot of characters and a lot of go, baby, go.
Well, Brent, you really hitting something there on the head there, bro. Because when this Artisan Anakin came out, I heard a couple of, there was a rumor. I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to say how I heard it. I'm just going to say there was a rumor that there were going to be this whole Artisan upscale rooted hair thing was going to be kind of a line. And it was going to be specific characters that they were going to pick. There was going to be some Star Wars ones, a lot of them. But it was going to be specific characters. They didn't say who, but you could guess it would probably be a Leia. It would probably be... I don't know of a Han. I don't think it was a Han. I've heard of Han. Maybe a Qui-Gon Jinn. Maybe, figures like that. So I do think there will be more Artisan figures. Now, as it comes to Artisan Star Wars figures, yeah, we're definitely gonna get some. We're gonna get some. We're definitely gonna get. We're gonna get more. We're gonna get more. And then the whole thing of you got to look at it like this: our Grails figures that we love, our farm boy Luke's, our Princess Leia's, the New Hopes, all that line. They're great figures. Don't get me wrong, but let's be honest. They can use some rolling eyes. They can use some rooted hair. They can use some updated paint applications. That's all I'm gonna say. So and we're 50, and the 50th is around the corner. The 50th is around the corner. So if you think we're not going to get some Artisan action on some of those pieces, I think we will. And as far as it comes to the 40th anniversary line, I don't know. I think I'm still keeping hope. I'm keeping hope alive. I still think we're going to get some. I still think we're going to get some Gamorrean guards. I think we're going to get at least a Bush Leia. I think we're going to get that still. We still got a little bit of time. I don't know why they haven't announced anything yet for that, but hey, who knows? Single songwriter, yes. Old Ben, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Rolling Eyes. Talk to me. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, absolutely. So yeah.
Well, they also talk about the 20th anniversary of the Clone Wars. Let me throw some names out there. Hondo Tanaka. Asajj Ventress. Yeah, you know what?
I was kidding.
You didn't have that paying attention to it. But you don't even look at it. So this is next.
I've watched the whole thing.
Allura Singh,
and
Asajj Ventress. Just those three of so many that you can turn around, you can pull out that line. Even
and you can make it
your favorite areas, Bail Organa.
Yeah,
you know. Ahsoka.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time. What did you just say?
Yeah. Okay. What's going on here? I'm sorry, sir. It's time for you to leave. And so it is.
Would they do the rooted hair goatee on him? Would it be a rooted hair goatee?
That's level, baby.
Dude,
I buy
it. Dude, they announced that figure. Ares is going to be like Piccolo in Dragon Ball Z Abridged, like driving his car going, get out of the way, B. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. As anybody gets out of the way of his pre-ordering that, better watch out. All Ray, right, so he be after you, say, Ray, get this. I don't care how. Get it.
All right. So we're going to stay on Return of the Jedi, but I'm looking into the crystal ball. And I see something here, guys. And I see a rooted hair female artisan in Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to wonder, if we're seeing that in the Hot Toys crystal ball right here, that a rooted hair Star Wars is coming, is it possible it's Leia? Is it possible that it's Padme? Is it possible that it's Rey? Is it possible that it's someone like Costa Reeves coming from The Mandalorian season 3, or maybe even is it just the Bo-Katan, because that was teased? So right. I'm going to pull this up onto the screen.
That's right.
And Brent, we'll go to you with this here, and I'll pull this up. If it was going to be a Padme, would any of these here be something that you would pick? Or would you say only the one that's up right now?
So you're saying if these were up as artisan options, is that what you're asking?
These are all Padme's outfits that she ever wore in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Damn, Padme had a lot of damn outfits.
I'm going to keep going and going. Do you think it would be her? Do you think it's... Look at that. Jeez, man.
Wow.
I could definitely say the
Gosh.
worst thing that we
Was
could
there
possibly
20 different outfits? That's just insane. I mean, it's
I didn't
amazing.
How
realize
much
she
money
had
can you make off this? How about this for Artisan line?
How bad.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. You know, the worst thing that could happen to people for the Ahsoka show is if Ahsoka goes Leia Amidala and has like one new outfit every episode.
Well, here's the one that we're getting, right?
I like that figure. I'm a
Yeah.
fan of that figure. I thought she looked great in that movie, and
We're not even done yet, Brent.
I know. But look at all the different hairstyles you can get if they do rooted hair with her. All these different hairstyles, and how difficult would it be to keep them intact? Because that's going to be a big part of it. You know,
It's true.
I remember the 12-inch Princess Leia that came out in the original line of Kenner Star Wars. They called them large size figures back in the day, and that figure had rooted hair. Those of you who are old enough in the chat and everything know that the buns were up. But I'm telling you what, if the buns after a while would sag and they would loosen and they would fall, and you could never get them back up again. And you know, it's just that's 50 years ago almost, but still that's a reality of how those figures were. And you know, hopefully they figured out a way to, you know, keep it real and you can keep that hair together. But that's, you know, if you know, the original Princess Leia comes out again at some point here as we approach the 50th of A New Hope, and they have rooted hair and those buns, and if those things start coming loose, that's going to be a problem.
Brent,
Imagine this. Look at this.
I was amazing. Brent, you bring up a good point on that, because I'm thinking, like, really thinking about it now. They're so good with sculpted hair. I mean, even the first one wasn't bad, but now, like, the sculpted hair is so good now. It's really kind of like that particular hairstyle personally. It really wouldn't really need. I think it would kind of be waste to have that even rooted. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it could be sculpted so well. So maybe they wouldn't do that one. Maybe they would do another Leia hairstyle.
Yeah, they might. But you know, that's an issue that you have to think about. I mean, at least with the Joker, his hair's messy, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, you know, who cares if it's this way or that way? That's how it's supposed to be. But with all those Padme hairstyles, man, that hair's got to stay just like that, or that figure loses its appeal in many ways, right? I mean, just, you know, I hope there's a way to do it.
They can't use the hair material like they used for the Gamora, you know, years ago. If they could not do that for Padme. Because of you know, okay, sir, you look like you're starting to melt like a snow cone. A little bit. Very.
Yeah, you looking kind of shiny, sir. You glistening, sir.
On the cheeks, man.
Hey, you glistening.
I think it's the camera that does it.
It's the camera. It's the camera that does it.
I thought it was you were just.
You didn't talk to your portrait today? You didn't talk to your portrait today?
No, not today.
I thought because
you know he got some.
Y'all trying to snap on me, but it ain't working. Keep it moving.
It's
not working.
See, I thought that
Not
was
working.
cousin subconscious starting to add up all the dollar bills being spent here and all the stuff we're talking about possibly coming and starting to sweat thinking about it.
No.
So if I'm seeing, I really do feel that with all those that I showed, guys, that was every single outfit that Natalie Portman adorned in Star Wars as Padme Amidala. Is it possible that one of those come out with a DX Artisan line? And if it does, which outfit do you think it would be? So Jay, let's ask you. And I don't expect you to remember all 35 of those.
Yeah, I did not know that young lady had that many figures.
I'm going to answer. I really feel that the first one, the one where she's in the red gown, and I think a third-party company put out a pretty decent one.
Yeah.
Early in the year, you know what I'm talking about with the whole makeup and all. I think that would be a showpiece, or
Yeah.
Even the one that I put on the banner for this show would be absolutely unbelievable for Hot Toys. Here, I could kind of, Jay, if this will pop up on the screen, kind of show you that here. Yeah, sixscalecantina.com. So you see that right above Razal Ghul and right above that.
Yeah.
One of those, I mean, would be sick, dude. Can you imagine hair like that?
I've had dreams of waking up and seeing that on the Hot Toys Facebook page. I think that would be a phenomenal, just a beautiful piece. I don't know how likely it is that we'll get it, but I just think if they just popped up and just did that, I just think that would be, I think people would lose their minds. Just a gorgeous piece, just a gorgeous figure. Just to see that done well. I know a third party, you know, they made an attempt and it was not bad. It wasn't bad, but looking when we got real close on it, it's like it's not you know, Hot Toys, that quality, they would have took it to a whole nother level. So yeah, if they do that, I would just lose my mind. I'm a big Natalie Portman fan anyway, but also just love those designs they did. I thought they were elaborate. I thought they were great. I thought it just said Queen regalness in all its glory. So that would just be amazing to get that. I would love it. And you know, if they made that an Artisan line, that would be something that I think that I could see them doing an exclusive, but it would definitely be something that it would be a shame if, you know, collectors wouldn't be able to get their hands on it. But
Can you even freaking imagine? Because you said it would be a shame. Can you let's talk about it? Because in the Wizard's crystal ball right here, I am seeing it coming for Star Wars. But you bring up a great point. He brings up a great point, second brother. What if I'm in the same dilemma with the Anakin? So what if they did this with the Return of the Jedi, like Brent was suggesting? And actually, one of the figures is Leia. And let's go with an obvious figure with rooted hair for Leia. Not necessarily the Bouche part where she takes off the helmet and it's very, 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 you know, kind of messy. But in the forest, towards the second half or the last third of the film, where she has it down, and she has the two braids in there. If they're able to kind of do that with that piece, and can you even imagine if that's like the Anakin? It's like, hey, if you want that one though, good luck getting it in the lottery. I would lose my freaking mind because I'd have to have that one. Or like Jay was just saying, with this freaking with one of these, whether it's the Senate outfit or this one with Padme, I'd lose it. I would sell my dark side Anakin to get that because I would need to have that. Because this sculpted hair would be sick, but to have it actually real wool hair, I would look at this figure every freaking day when I wake up and I walk past it, like I do with a lot of them. But man, dude, that's a good point because I really am seeing it in the crystal ball. The question is, if they do it, second brother, is it going to be limited like Anakin?
Only time would tell, Aries. Only time would tell. I'm sitting there thinking about, yeah, if it's going to be, you know, rooted. Push the envelope, you know, I'll call the Ewok made Leia would work. that will work well, but you know,
with an Ewok,
yeah, with an Ewok, you know, with the chief, it's a 2-pack.
Yeah,
that would work, but you know, it's like going in uncharted territory with this rooted hair thing. And I keep saying, we got them now, but what it's going to look like 3 to 5 years from now.
A lot of money, baby.
A lot of money. And, you know, wool kind of attracts certain little creatures, you know. You know, if, you know, some of us are old enough to have grandparents' house that smell like mothballs, because then what the moths eating up their sweaters and everything. So, you know, they're still out there, so I don't know, man. It's only time will tell. It would make me freak. I know if I see it, it would make me freak. But for me to jump out there to do it, you know, it is all going how it turns out with this Anakin, how this prelude to a fiasco turns out.
What if the only way we get an upgrade for Bespin Han is if we have to get an artisan version?
Don't. And it's gonna go up on lottery.
What have
Well, that's what I was saying. That's exactly that's the one.
No, I'm
thing
dead
that
serious.
You're a nerf herder, Brent. What the heck?
Half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
That's what I meant.
Just like that. Look,
I'm
just
gonna have
like
to get that
that.
one because I have the sideshow one and
his
it
hair would
sucks.
be all messed up. Yeah.
But you know, I mean, that might be why they've delayed it.
What
It might be.
It's true.
All right, look, listen. Here's what we're gonna do because I didn't even play the damn intro. Because we got into a
The
conversation.
longest opening.
It was let's dive into all of this, right? look, and I was everyone with the crystal ball. We didn't get too much of it, but it was such an amazing good conversation.
Yeah.
And we're coming up on the 2-hour mark. So here's what I'm gonna do.
Wow.
I'm gonna go old school, which is not what I was gonna do today. But I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna look into my Palantir right here, and I see more artisan rooted hair figures coming from Hot Toys in 2023. And I see some stuff in there, but what does the panel think that they are? And the panel's going to now get up close and pick on what they see or what they think it would be. The crystal ball says we're getting more. I'm going to go with Star Wars. And I say Padme is coming with wool hair. That's my call. And now we're going to go ahead and go to, let's see if I can put them up solo, brother cousins. The Palantir shows, the Wizard's Crystal Ball shows a rooted hair figure from Hot Toys. Now, it can be anything. Anything they got an IP of. So if you were to guess on what it was, what do you think it would be next?
I would say a Qui-Gon Jinn.
Oh,
because that would look good.
Star Wars.
That would look
Qui-Gon.
good. Yeah, that would look good with rooted hair because the way his hair is sculpted it's fine now, but just to see with rooted hair, that would be great. That would be good. I could definitely see them doing that.
Ooh, I'm calling we're gonna get a Padme at all right, no, that will this will be artisan? So will it be a DX?
This will be an artisan.
Wow.
Yep.
All right, let's go to Lane.
I knew I was gonna be next. I'm gonna go with for right now, I think they're gonna stick to state when they're trying to introduce it. They're doing these things, but I would see a Marvel DX rooted hair sculpt for a Mark 7 Iron Man with like Tony Stark rooted hair. I think they would do that because that plays into what their strengths, one of their highest selling strengths.
Yeah,
good call. It's a good call.
And I just choose Mark 7 because they haven't done. I know they put out the D100 and stuff, but I mean like a redone maybe, or if they can improve it at all. I don't know if they can necessarily. Mark 7, like a newer, upgraded version of that, and it would make sense that people end up willing to pay the pricing they probably are for those Anakin, and they might be willing to make the jump for a more expensive base figure doing something like that.
I'm going to make another call, and that would be I'm going to make another one here, man. For me, just a guess as I fill up table 2. Can you imagine this guy with rooted hair, baby?
This drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another.
Which movie, though?
I don't care. Any of them with Thor. Endgame. No, because that's kind of like the I don't know.
They're not doing Bro Thor. I can definitely not agree with that one. Since that one,
I can relate to that one.
Did that one actually ever sell out or not, or is it still on there?
It's still on there.
It's still there.
Okay. Yeah.
That's for the buy one get two free sale next year.
I'm not even sure then maybe that is Dr. Hulk.
Second brother, the Crystal Ball shows another Hot Toys Artisan one in 2023. What would you think it would be?
I would have to put one as a wish list, and the other would be a surprise. That'd be Morgan Elsbeth from The Mandalorian, when she was fighting Ahsoka. That would kind of push the envelope there.
Baby.
Nice.
Yeah. Got a special place in my heart for Dana Santo's daughter. I mean, amazing martial artist. So, the other one that will probably push if they're going to impress me with this wool hair, rooted hair thing, do Queen Ramonda in Black Panther. When T'Challa, when they thought T'Challa was dead, and she had to go and stay with M'Baku, where she had the white dreads.
Yes, I love it.
Do that. That will push the envelope.
Well, and you know what? Penis one says, and good to have a video. She has a poster for Ahsoka, so Ellsworth is possible. Wow, that's a good one. All right, let us go to the newsman. Crystal Ball shows it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with Star Wars and kind of along in the lines of my earlier idea. I think we're going to see a 40th anniversary Jedi Luke Skywalker with rooted hair.
Oh my goodness.
So I think that is how they put that out there, and certainly have it be different from previous editions. So, and it's going to be very difficult for people who have all the Luke Skywalkers like me to turn that one down. So we shall see. But I think that's what's coming.
You're not calling this guy?
Blow that piece of junk out of the sky! Bull.
Nope, I'm not calling that guy. No, I'm going to steer clear of the sequel trilogy for rooted hair.
Oh my God. And one last one here. We're going to go around the horde with this. I do see in the crystal ball, and I'll pull it up because people love when I do it, another figure from the Christian Bale trilogy of Batman. And if the crystal ball is right, and we're going to go real quick, you guys got like very little bit to go. What do you think the figure would be? Now, I'm telling you guys, you see Ra's al Ghul, you're talking about Liam Neeson before Qui-Gon Jay. Could it be Two-Face? Could it be Scarecrow? Could it be Ra's al Ghul? Why am I picking Ra's al Ghul? Because we already have got a Liam Neeson head sculpt A. B, we have the villain now, Bane, from the third one in the trilogy. Obviously, we've got Heath Ledger from the second. We don't have a villain, Jay, from the first one. So you have to wonder or ask yourself, could we be getting a Ra's al Ghul to kind of complete that? Or is it maybe something different? Is it Scarecrow? Is it Two-Face? Is it another Jim Gordon? Is it maybe Alfred? Is it maybe something I'm not even thinking of? Is it another Christian Bale?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think another Christian Bale.
Wow, I don't necessarily disagree with you.
Yeah,
I think you may be right.
Yeah, I think another Christian Bale. They go in on the heroes. Villains, not so much. I mean, the big tier villain, Bane, is a big villain. The Joker is a big villain. As much as I love Liam Neeson, yeah, I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't. I would be shocked if they do. If they do it, but I don't think so.
I love it.
I don't think we'll get it. It will be dope. I would love to have a Ra's al Ghul. That would be awesome. But I don't. Yeah.
What about Two-Face or?
I mean, I only would say no to a Two-Face. I mean, shit, they do it. Is it like 3.0 him already? So
Yeah.
I think we got enough of him. I don't think they'll do it. I don't think they'll do another one. We recently got, a brand new Harvey Dent. So I think I think they'll leave that alone. I think if any, they'll give us another Bale. I think definitely maybe even I don't want to say an Artisan edition.
Maybe
I would get it. Shit, I would get it. But yeah, I think most definitely another Bell. No,
I tend to agree. In the crystal ball, I see another one from here, but not going too deep right now because I got to get more wizard juice. Maybe it's Christian Bale. Second brother, what do you say?
Yeah, I'm like along with Jay. And villains, that's going to be kind of a tough one there.
Be nice to complete it with him, wouldn't it? Though. You're getting Bane and you got the Joker. You're just missing that one.
Hey, you got Bane, you have the Joker. You have Ra's al Ghul, and it'd be perfect. Well, another company, a third party, have done it with Ra's al Ghul and Bale. It's a 2-pack during his training. So
that'd be a great way to get it from Hot Toys.
Yeah, that'd be a good one to pull. Off.
Jay, what about that? Dark Suit Superman, you had to get Nightmare Batman. Maybe they would give you that if they gave you another Christian Bale. And if you want it, buy the Christian Bale figure. Now I can see that money-wise, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Go, Lane.
I don't see a card. I would really like Liam Neeson, Ra's al Ghul. I thought someone pointed out if we were going to get something maybe like Batman adjacent, maybe if they did a Harley Quinn Suicide Squad with that type of hair, since they've already had like J&D's done a statue with that hair previously and stuff, that might be a figure I could see them doing, because that Harley's pretty popular and not the Birds of Prey the Birds of Prey ones didn't do fantastic, but that could be, which has been a fairly still pretty high-end figure on the secondary market. Maybe
which one?
The Harley Quinn Suicide
Yeah, but
Squad.
she wasn't in the
I know. I know, but I'm saying for DC, maybe I could see, but Dark Knight Trilogy, I don't see them making anything like that of the other villains. I just don't see any.
What do you see coming out though? If the Wizards Crystal Ball shows another Dark Knight Trilogy figure, what do you think it would be?
Yeah. Scarecrow.
Lucius Fox.
Cillian Murphy, just maybe.
Ooh. Did they do that? They didn't do Morgan Freeman, did they?
No.
I think a third party did.
That would be great. That would be great. Newsman.
I think it'll be another Christian Bale.
I do too.
I think it's an easy one to say, but they've gone to that well so many times, and I think that's pretty much what I would. I think you could check that box off again. I think that's for sure coming.
Yeah.
Well, they went to him for the Batman 100, and everybody went, "Why did we go to this one? Isn't there a different Batman we could have used to make those funky colors on already?" I mean, we were like,
or maybe they'll do a rooted hair Danny DeVito penguin. How about that? Let's get that.
I would buy it. Sure, I would buy it
if they just went in and did Batman.
How about
Returns like everybody?
How about this with rooted hair? Not only the person who's riding it, but the actual thing that's being ridden.
I'll see you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
Oh boy!
Can I get that, please, Howard?
Dude, a rooted hair tauntaun? I don't want to even know how much that would be. Let's just get the do back with the.
Dude, I don't care what that would be. I would just buy it, whatever it would be. I would just sell what I have to sell and get that.
That'd be Ecto 1. That'd be Cousins Ecto 1.
Take
that thing would be rooted hair.
Yeah,
guys,
take it.
This is okay.
I want
no,
it.
I hear you. We got to fill up this little guy. Listen, the Wizards crystal ball. Listen, Lane, without me even grabbing it, says that we're going to get about 6 more of these paired up with 6 other figures.
I don't need a crystal ball to see.
Do not send me a Grogu unless he has Mandalorian armor. That's the only damn Grogu I'm going to buy.
Well, what about Ra's al Ghul with Grogu here? I mean,
don't worry. In like 5 or 10 years or whatever, when the Rey movie finally comes out, you'll have Jedi Master Grogu.
I am exhausted. I'm sure you all are. I am over. This is such a fun conversation. I don't always buy spotchka and drink all of this stuff unless I'm doing Six Scale Cantina. Subscribe to everybody here. Brother Cousin's amazing channel. He's got all this stuff. Best of the best is coming on Thursday, and you don't want to miss it.
Yes.
Come on and subscribe to Brother Cousins if you're not already. Link in the video description. Every time the Dark Jedi is live, it is in there. My brother Jay, again, it was such a pleasure to meet you, my friend.
Likewise.
Last
that was
week.
great.
What a blast. Yeah, and I'd love to meet all of you guys here on the panel. But Jay, that was just fantastic. Second brother, all the way in New York. Really appreciate you being on. You got to get your channel going. Lane, you got to get your channel. Newsman, you got to get a channel. I'm burnt out. I'm done. Subscribe to the Cantina. Stay thirsty, baby.
And guaranteed intro next week.
We'll get the outro right now. Here we go. With this figure, the last figure in the crystal ball, let's end it with this ship.
All right. But this is the last time.
Pretty